Can I just say we have tears of joy because Michael is back here at the desk with us.
It is great to be back.
A few months ago, Michael Strahan completely disappeared from Good Morning America. Everyone wondered if he was quietly leaving the show like he did to Kelly Ripa, or even if he got fired. But now the truth has come out, and it's even more devastating than anyone could have guessed.
We have to keep living just because this is happening.
Michael Strahan just announced that his 19-year-old daughter was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and Michael's been doing everything he can to hold out hope. Both Michael and his daughter, Isabella, sat down with Robin Roberts on the morning show to talk more about the diagnosis. At first, Isabella had just left to start school as a freshman at the University of Southern California. She said that she started to have frequent headaches, which she said were excruciatingly painful. But she said that she didn't notice something was off until October came around, and her headaches started to become even worse and more frequent. Pretty soon, she started experiencing lots of nausea and couldn't even walk straight. By October 25th, Isabella said that it all became too much to handle, and after finally seeing a doctor, she threw up blood. They immediately began testing on her, and she was later admitted to the Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where she was sadly diagnosed with a medulloblastoma brain tumor. She immediately had to undergo emergency surgery to treat the tumor growing at the back of her brain. The type of tumor that she has is actually one of the most common kinds of cancerous brain tumors in children, according to the Mayo Clinic. And it starts growing at the back of the brain, which is the part that is also involved in movement and balance, which makes a lot of sense since she even had to relearn how to walk as she was going through the recovery process. The whole thing was a complete shock to Isabella, as she just thought that she was experiencing some kind of extreme vertigo. But she didn't even have time to think about the information that they were telling her before she went in for surgery, followed by several radiation treatments. And all of it happened the day before her 19th birthday. Now she's scheduled to go through chemotherapy just next month at Duke Children's Hospital and Health Center in North Carolina. And through all of it, she's remaining hopeful and in positive spirits. She said that chemotherapy is her next step, and she's ready for it to start because she will be one day closer to having this whole thing over. She also said that since her surgery and radiation, she's been feeling good and just has to remind herself to keep living every day through it all. During their interview, Michael also asserted that he is hopeful for the future he has with his daughter and how proud he is of her. He said that he believes he's the luckiest man in the world because he's got such an amazing daughter, but knows that she's gonna crush it and make it through. Michael knows that his daughter has always been incredibly strong, especially with something as personal as this. But the fact that she's so willing to share her story with others makes him so proud, since he knows that she could be helping so many people out there. He wants everyone to see the kind of hope she has to continue living life to the fullest despite this major obstacle. And at the end of the day, she just hopes that she can overcome this and return to school and be a normal college student once again. Isabella's twin sister, Sophia, has also shown her unwavering support for her sister through this difficult time. And together, they are starting a YouTube series about her treatment and recovery. Their hope is to document her journey and give a more grounded perspective on what it's actually like to be a young person living with cancer. So if there is someone out there who is going through something similar, they would know that they aren't alone and that anyone can get through it. And I'm sure we are all wondering the same thing. Where's Isabella's mother in all of this? Michael and his ex-wife, Jean Muglai, had a notoriously bad divorce in 2006. Days before Michael filed for divorce, Jean accused him of physical and mental harm towards her. And after a year of fighting back and forth, they settled in 2007. But Michael was ordered to pay $15.3 million to Jean and $18,000 a month in child support. But that wasn't the end of things. In 2020, Michael accused Jean of physical and mental harm towards the twin girls, but the claims were quickly dismissed. So you have to wonder, where is their mom while all of this is going on? Are they close with her? Well, Jean hasn't spoke out about Isabella's diagnosis, but she did share pictures from when she visited her at USC in October, which is the same month that Isabella was diagnosed. So they are in contact, at least somewhat. But when Isabella shared a video of herself ringing the bell to mark the end of her 6 weeks of radiation, only Sophia and Michael were present. So it seems that Isabella's diagnosis hasn't exactly brought the family back together. And Jean hasn't spoken publicly about her daughter's diagnosis just yet. But it seems pretty obvious that at the very least, she was aware of her daughter's diagnosis months ago. Although Isabella is nowhere in the clear yet, at least her treatments so far have been successful. Now we just have to wait and see what the next step in her journey holds. But if there's one thing we do know, is that Isabella will continue to stay strong and keep her hopes high no matter what life throws her way. So what do you think about all this? Do you think that her recovery will be ultimately successful and that she will be able to return to school next year? What are your thoughts about Isabella taking her diagnosis public? I would love to hear what you have to say about this one, so let me know what you think in the comments down below.